Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. Give me 1 second. They call me the Most High for a reason. Anyways, but I ended up riding with my girl today to Springfield, and we ran a couple errands and did a couple things. And I am willing as anybody else to say sorry when ignorant in certain knowledge, but as I go on my journey of learning myself and my surroundings and from the mount, if you will, and just learning everything, there's something to manifestation for every vain word, just all types of things. Because as I grow and experience from the bottom up after being crushed by the world, sort of speak, that's just a metaphor. I'm beginning to learn and realize that there is something to the word and spirit, or something to our feelings and how we manifest and how we. I'll even give you. I'll give you an example even outside of like major things. I'll give you small things like social media. Let's say I click on a bunch of videos with metal in it. Now my algorithm is more likely going to produce metal videos or metal music or that type of environment. And so I'm saying I started waking up and saying I am protected by the creation. I am who I am. I am blessed. I'm merciful. I am soft, kind. I am but fierce if I need to be in terms of like protecting myself, survival and all that. But I just started speaking and saying certain things on camera. And the reason why I think this is important is because after I lost my job and I was kind of in a financial rut, I started like talking about fast food at certain times and how I was craving certain things. Now, me personally, they got rid of the A&W out here, I think, in Decatur, but I think there's one in Springfield. So all of a sudden, I'm running errands with her, and she pulls around to this Long John Silver's that's a A&W, and she's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, my mouth dropped. It's like I've been craving this. I spoke on it, and then randomly it came to be. Now people will be like, "Oh, whatever. That's just fast food. Who cares?" And that's small and blah blah blah. But that's the attitude of unbelief. Like, I'm going to say something real quick, and this isn't concrete. This is just me helping explain something to somebody or everybody. Let's say I'm alive and I'm living life, but now parameters are sitting in a room all day and having nothing to do. Now, even outside of sitting in the room, maybe you have a job or you have an everyday life or you have all this stuff. Now, there are things that you communicate with people, talk to people about, talk to people with in the outside world. But when you are alone, what's wrong with having your own imagination, having your own world, having your. Sometimes this might sound corny to other people, but it's special to me. Like, I'll pretend like I'm a king. I'll pretend like I'm walking around my castle, or. Because some people will look at my situation and be like, "Ooh, I can't believe that he was only making 24 grand and now he's having to try to survive on link and scraps and stuff." But like, to me, I don't see it that way. To me, I look at it as like, okay, I had a whole transformation. Maybe my old work environment was toxic. The old way I was living was maybe toxic. I wasn't living right. Now I get to restructure, remold, find out what's important to me, learn myself, what I financially do want to do in the future. Now, just you see how I took something that would have been negative and I tried to make the best of it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, they push a lot of medications and alcohol and all this other stuff. Me personally, I'm trying to explain to people that marijuana is amazing. You don't have to go doing all this shrooms and I see people doing all these drugs and talk about psychedelics and opening up their third and fourth mind and all this other stuff. Man, let with whatever the world's gonna do. Sometimes it's best to be set apart from certain things. Even marijuana. If you don't smoke and you can find pleasure in the world without that, cool. But me personally, I like marijuana. If I'm bored or something, I'll go down TikTok. They talked all the smack about TikTok, and I'm sure it has its problems, but there are people playing the guitar and doing these videos and making beats with their mouth and all types of music. Man, TikTok is awesome to me. Like, I'm seeing a lot of cool stuff on TikTok. Like I said, that's just me and my algorithm. So perhaps maybe I'm a super cool person and I have things I like, and so I'm being blessed with those types of things. And that's why I tell people, like, if you wake up and ask for certain things, like, yeah, I don't like prosperity preachers because what they're doing is they're teaching people about blessings, but then they're like reaping the rewards and not helping and being really vain. And so I think that's one of the biggest journeys I had to get into when dealing with this. Is taking that leap of faith. That is a metaphor. Please do not leap off of things. Please. So I'm just saying, like the old me would have been like, oh, science, or I'm not doing this or saying this or oh, but it was a journey because even in the beginning I wouldn't have said certain things in religion, and then I started saying it. So I'm just saying, and I didn't. One of my biggest things is not causing harm. If I'm going to teach anybody anything, I don't cause harm. I don't like causing harm. Um, I got a buddy that teaches the all law a lot in his videos. John Core Books. He's a nice guy. He's really teaching people because what a lot of people are doing is they're taking the Bible literally. And the dangerous things about the Bible is that even if you don't take it literally, it could get to your head if you're not careful. And so for all the people that are taking the Bible super literally and stuff, like I don't like that's you guys' world. So whatever you guys are gonna do. But as when you cause harm and use scriptures to go outside the Ten Commandments, like oh slay these people or slay that people or avenge this and avenge that, nah, like you I'm not even finna get in all that, but what I'm saying is there is a lot of even I seen a video today explaining how like most supremacy is coming from these religions, claiming to be holy chosen ones for their gods and stuff, and that's disrespectful, man. That's like what I tell people. Even if I was some amazing chosen one of God or whatever you guys want to conjure, I don't. I'm saying it's a whole world, and so who wants to be the? I don't even. It's about being in the world because you're protected really when you think of it like that. If you think you're the only one all the time, maybe narcissist type way, then and I'm the holy whatever, everybody's gonna come to you. They're gonna ask you all these stupid questions. They're gonna because even like if you spread it around, you can start to baptize them and they can become powerful and they can learn on their own once they're ready. You see what I'm saying? But once people make themselves or their religion or it just they turn into Smiths in the Matrix and they start trying to clone other people with their rhetoric and programming. And so, like I tell people, it's a journey. First, I had to really break down and say, okay, I'm ready to start over all this. Then I had to research on my own and learn certain things. And it's like the Da Vinci Code. Once I replace God and Jesus with I am and who I am, or spirit of mine, or word of mine, all that, just putting it back in, I see how they took out of the temples for their gods. And now I am trying to put back in to help everybody. I'm not the only one that does this. There's people that's giving out great information that knows more than I do in terms of certain things. So that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. It's a kingdom for us all, but don't cause harm and hurt people. You know what I mean? If a preacher wants to make money for a living preaching the word, I don't see the problem with that. It's when people become masters or slave masters and corrupt and try to take over the world, manipulate people. I don't like that. And so just, having that happen, being willing to, because some people be like, I don't want to go do things and I'll stay. So what if I took the stance, I don't want to go take her and run errands and do this and that? I would have missed out on a wonderful day, a wonderful freaking craving that I was having, that double bacon cheeseburger. And it's just like, even I'll notice sometimes, and I did this as a kid real bad. I always thought in my mind, she won't like me. She's not gonna want to talk to me. She won't. I'm not teaching men to pounce on women. I'm just saying there are a lot of men that don't even open their mouths and they think, and they're cashing a bad check. So just, open up, be more. But also, men, you got to learn how to read the room. You got to learn how to understand a woman's, because there's a lot of anti-men stuff out there right now. So I'm taking a leap of faith to even talk about this. But as a man, and like I said, you are who you are and I am who I am. So I'm not teaching men to go, oh, I'm gonna program women or manipulate them or none of that shit. I told y'all, I don't. Me personally, what I'm saying is like, if a woman's giving cues, you can kind of feel like she's talking back or it's almost like I'll be watching two people and I can clearly see when a woman's either interested or not interested. I think for some guys, they're like, oh, well, that means she's playing hard. I don't think that's the case, dude. I mean, I'm around women a lot, and I have a lot of sisters, and I have a lot of aunties, and just I've been around women a lot in my life. And I'm telling you, they will let you know when they like you. It's like I don't even know, maybe it's like a high level of perception. So maybe we should start being more clear with our feelings and stuff. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, I need the most beautiful person in the world. They have to have this checked off and that checked off and this checked off and that. It's like, dude, that's like a super deep fairy tale. And if you want to go live that out, okay. But in the real world, me personally, I take personality. I like being attracted, but personality, because if I got to sit next to a beautiful, annoying person, it would irritate the shit out of me. You see what I'm saying? And so then even still, like I said, attraction and different stuff like that. So me personally, I don't know what a lot of humans are attracted to. I see these models from like the 80s and 70s. I mean, the 90s. Yeah, all throughout history, they got the super tiny branched women. I don't. Ugh. I'm not saying. Okay, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm not against skinny women and models and stuff like that. I'm just saying, me personally, I've kind of liked the, you know what I'm saying, just what they call it, a little bit more thicker or busty, or I don't know what the word for it is. I mean, because I'm, anyways, the point is, I just, I guess I'm built different. You know what I mean? So I'm not telling everybody to go gorge themselves and get big. I'm just saying, like, I'm not that whole like you guys seem to shame chunkier or thicker women, and that's what I think is attractive. I'm not saying everybody should be like, woo. I'm just saying, and I'm not shaming people. Anyways, the point is, if I can talk without, because like it's like you gotta walk. You don't have to do anything, but if you follow with mankind's structures and laws in a free country, you might have to hop over a few rabbit holes not to hurt any feelings. Now, while I understand that how that can be good because you don't want to bully people, it's like I just want to express myself for a minute, if that's okay. So I seen this might sound really. I seen this video of this Caucasian woman. She actually looks Jewish. She reminds me of Fran Drescher from that one show, The Nanny. But if Fran Drescher was like a little bit chunkier, thicker. Now, when I say that, please don't. If you do watch me, or if you don't get sad at that, because that's what I'm telling you all. That's I don't understand the whole super skinny thing. Like, ugh. Once again, I'm not making fun of skinny people. I just don't, me personally, like I said, for women, I like, Anyways, I saw her eating a Big Mac on camera. And I don't know if it's because I'm American. I don't know. They say African American dudes love white women, whatever. The point is, seeing her eating that Big Mac was like, now a lot of people are like, and I've heard women speak in the family, outside the family. Like, I think for men, what we don't realize is we do the same thing with our junk, do we not? Oh, we just obsess. I've seen in the past men obsess over it. And I'm trying to teach people, that's not really, because me growing up, you know what I mean? I just always had this idea because of how the world just acts and thinks that I was subconscious about certain things. And then when I actually got older and realized, like, dude, you were in your head the whole time. So, you know what I mean? And when I say that, I'm just simply meaning projecting my feelings onto other people. Like I've seen, and they joke about it in certain movies, like I'll see white women, they're like, I think it's a movie called White Chicks where they do it, where she's like, Flabby McFlabby and da-da-da. And I'm like, in my mind, not, it's like watching a lion or a tiger watch, and I don't want to say warhog because that's not friendly, but that's their favorite meal. So it's like watching a lion or a tiger watch its prey go. And I'm not saying I'm a prey. Oh my goodness, it's hard to give metaphors in this day and age because whatever you say, it's like watching a lion or a tiger watch this meal go. Oh, I'm not delicious. I'm not delicious. Look at me. I'm just so untasty instead of run. And I see, once again, I don't want people running from people. I'm just saying, the point is, me personally, what I see a lot of women getting angry about and freaking out about is my like, oh, I don't know how it works, especially when I'm drinking. Oh my goodness. Oh, me and alcohol. I try to stay away from alcohol because, my goodness. And I'm not saying like I'm some type of Pepe Le Pew. I'm just saying, like, they'll say if you do it drunk, you do it sober. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, because if I get like really tipsy, I'm not a cheater. Because I know my girl she'll watch these videos sometimes and be like, oh, I did watch a video. Look, and she'll pull some shit up I said. Women are women, and I love women, so I love my woman. And that's life. That I admire that. People are like, that's toxic. I didn't know. To me, bring up the example again for you. Just sitting in a room all day. Life needs, I don't want to call it entertainment, but life needs that. If women will say like, oh, it's toxic when a man's jealous. But then if a man don't give a fuck about her no more, you see what I'm saying? Like there's a balance. You don't got to be that dude that's like, I'm going to get my belt out the closet. Who called you? What are you doing at the club? But at the same time, it's kind of, she'll be like, did you text that person or who are you doing this and that? To me, if it gets like overbearing, I'll let her know. Or if it like gets to the point where it's like, nah, you don't got to deal with stuff if that's not what you're into. But personally, I like when she gets a little sometimes because then it's like, she loves me. She's going wild over me. But like I said, we each have our own settings and parameters on the spectrum. What I'm telling people is why, like people hear me saying I am, and I am the Messiah, and I'm the King of Kings, and I'm the Queen of Queens, and stuff like that. I really don't say that, but I'm teaching women too. What I'm teaching, or the Prince of Princes and the Princess of Princesses that will honor their father and mother until they get grown. I'm not, you know. Anyways, the point is, what I'm saying is, we each got it, and we each have our own kingdoms, us humans. So when we adjust our dials, that's our life. If you let some preacher, pastor, politician, somebody else adjust your dials, you might live a life of destruction or anger or regret. You know what I mean? Because me personally, some people need money, clubs, to be fresh, all this other stuff. Me and what I'm wearing, went out for a drive with my girl, ran some errands. She dried some clothes and I went with her. And we spent the day together and it was amazing. It was beautiful. That's what I'm trying to teach people in life. I'm not saying, oh, if you got money, appreciate it. If you don't got money, blah, 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 all this other stuff, whatever, okay. Help the poor if you can. That's all. But what I'm saying is the simplicity of enjoying your surroundings. Because music helps get me through a lot. Music helps me go, just all types. When I drink personally, if I do drink every once in a while, music, I just get on TikTok and hear the beautiful music and the performances and all the just country, rap. They're blending country and rap together. That's fucking awesome. They're bringing metal back. That's fucking awesome. So, yeah, metal's coming back. Linkin Park, I don't know what's going on. I found the video where Linkin Park has a new lead singer. Her name is Emily or something like that. I appreciate, thank you for the tryouts or thank you for but sometimes we gotta just keep it blank until we can get the right one. There are bajillions of people out there that can sing and do stuff. So I don't know I think maybe sometimes people just would like to do things sometimes and maybe certain institutions allow them. Never know, maybe what if we're in the Matrix and some people are being given wishes from the Wish Foundation. So just be nice sometimes and enjoy what we got. If you guys like Chester so much, go listen to it's all over YouTube. Listen to some of his old music. We get it. All right. So manifestation. Manifest words into, because you guys, I keep telling y'all I don't listen to Baal. So you guys will ask for all kind of crazy shit. And then if I know my heart, so imagine you're sitting there, now you're like, all right, I'm gonna try to listen to what Juannie's saying. And you start saying certain shit. Now, you ever watch those movies like on Disney Channel or the old magic movies and shit, or Aladdin or something? I can't perform these wishes because I can't blah, 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 and do this and that. Don't think of it like that, but think of it like I know my heart, so certain things I wouldn't fulfill in the first place. Because the person could get angry and be like, oh, this was a thing in the past when they joke about the white kids be like, I hate my parents. Everybody has that moment every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's happy all the time. But what I'm saying is, and I didn't just mean to put that on Caucasian people, but okay. Anyways, but I know how it could be sometimes. And so a person may say something and not mean it. And so then why would I fulfill that? Well, do you want to be the ultimate word whose words always come true? Because I'm telling you, there are sometimes people say things in wrath and don't understand. Just like Job. I mean, do y'all want that to happen every time you speak? Just like these prophets that'll be like, oh, you said it, so this is your judgment. Do y'all want that over and over and over, dude? It's called repentance, mercy for a reason. Because a man can be so wise and think if it's some guy in the sky, he'll just conform to not join along. But once I make him God and show him his family humanity After giving him real children, I bet you he ain't so destructive no more. I bet you every time he sees somebody, be like, oh, that's somebody's daughter. Oh, that's somebody's son. What if somebody hated your children and wanted to cause them harm and they didn't know? Okay, I love you all. I am happy to help you all. I wouldn't want people hurting me and my peoples. It's all about the inner knowledge, because I keep telling y'all, people could tell y'all billions of millions of nice words, but if who I am on the inside isn't ready or as wild as an ox, then who I am perhaps need a little bit more encouragement to finally realize that it's time to stop playing around and wake up and be a good pillar in society. Because a boy all his life, why can't I be Jesus? I want to be Joshua. I want to be Joshua. I want to be Joshua. I want to be Jesus. We're going to praise the Son of God, Jesus. In the back of the church, well, Jesus gets all the glory and attention. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I was like, okay, Yanez already did the death part. When I bring Juannie down to be the fire and show him what happens when you are a destroyer, and then I make it all his family. Oh, he don't want to be the Messiah no more. The perfect algorithm. Now he wants to be peaceful and merciful. So, that's the same with everybody. I don't know what's in y'all's hearts. I don't know what y'all hold near and dear. But who I am does. And when who I am, the strong man, is taken out of the cage of cosplay, lore, and religion, and can learn the true power and why sometimes it's not good to fulfill certain things, then we can rebuild this society better. Because people can say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus all day long. But then if I make them Jesus and start taking them down that path with that cross, they're going to be like, okay, Lord, please, please, mercy, mercy. Please, okay, I am who I am. Moses is the Christ, I'm sorry. Right. Because it's so easy to talk about everybody else. Oh, but once you awaken and that mirror gets put in the face. Yeah. So, I am who I am. I am peace, love, mercy, and kindness. You guys should stop being programmed with Martin Luther and King James's books of German and UK United Kingdom hatred against the Jewish and the Africans and stuff, and naming ham African nations. The pig, y'all are some mean motherfuckers. But I am who I am, and I am here now. You see, I am happy to facilitate his right hand and his fiery sword when I am seeing things that are corrupt and aren't supposed to be there. But when I see him just being unrighteously upset, I remind him, the accuser, is that the hands you want to go to today? So, that's just how it works, you know what I mean? Who wants to constantly be punished forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever in a lake of fire? So I said, let me build him up in this world they call the lake of fire that they have conjured. And then, so when they try to cause harm, as he refines the serpent that's been slithering around for oh so long, the same Moses, then it doesn't cause harm. Because the fires that don't consume just want to add light to your rooms, if you all can understand these metaphors. And so I see influencers being like, I didn't want to do this today and that today, and people are being so mean to me and they're talking about me and blah, blah, blah. It's like, people are talking about you. My goodness, you would not have been able to be me as a child. I had Tourette's and tics, dude. Motherfuckers, I don't want to drink after him at the water fountain. Like at the home areas, I call home base, because I lived in Evergreen. You know, at home base, the Bloomington housing, you know, I have friends and stuff here and there and whatnot. My mom's really nice little community like this. But when it went to public schools and public outings and areas, and so I try to tell people, I'm not a racist. That's why I don't play on that color shit. But in my own experience, from the way I talked, only knowing video games and knowledge and information and stuff, and having to do math all the time and stuff, and just whatever the world has, I didn't really know rap music like that, or hip hop or any of that. I like Disney Channel movies and stuff. African Americans were really fucking mean to me at first. But then as I got older and time progressed and I could, assimilate a little bit easier, it got cool. Even in my older age, my 20s and shit, I've seen everybody from high school, most people from high school, most people from community college. We just all kicked it. In my 20s out here in Bloomington, they had college parties back to back to back to back to. Oh my goodness. ISU was jumping, and Wesleyan and all them schools, man, it was jumping. But I remember my cousins came in from Chicago a few times. They was like, They was like, hey, cuz, we coming out here to kick with y'all. Woo. My cousin was talking all this shit. I get drunk all the time, blah, blah, blah. We all went to bed. He woke up. This motherfucker threw up when he was sleeping. He was cool because he was laying on the side. But that's another thing I want to warn people about, getting too drunk and popping pills and doing all this. First of all, pills are very dangerous. They contain certain chemicals, and you might forget what you did the night before. I had a buddy one time was popping Xannies. He kept crashing his car, but he was okay. Like, it'd be like small little, just one time. I had an experience back in the day when I was just out here, and one thing I was, I think they have Xanax or whatever, but I popped a couple Xanax and smoked a blunt, and I didn't even know I went to sleep. The blunt was still in my hand. I woke up with a whole blunt in my hand. I was like, what the fuck? But that's what I'm trying to warn people. Don't do certain things and be wise in life. The only thing that I've done so far that I can say had a positive impact on my life was marijuana. So I don't recommend anybody just blindly out here taking pills. That's dangerous. That's how a lot of these heroin overdoses happen, and overdoses and stuff too. Awareness. So, just so I tell people to be kind to others, love each other. You don't know what type of lifestyles people have had to live. So when you see people that need help, sometimes, because I don't just blindly tell people to help people, though. It's about discernment. But back to manifesting, because somebody trying to help might rob you or mess your house up or just all kind of stuff. So discernment. But back to manifesting, it's why I tell people, in a world where people are willing to say so much negativity, but if I was to say that child will be healed, this person will be healed, they will be cured from their illness, they will live and survive, they will be resurrected. This just different things. What's wrong with saying stuff like that? Bringing goodwill and manifestation. I hear people all the time, don't say they're going to heal in healthcare. Don't say this and that. Don't blah, blah, make promises and all sorts of stuff. It's like, I wouldn't call it making a promise. I'd be like giving hope, giving new lines of code to the conscious, giving something. Like, holy fuck, y'all put people in these beds and making patients in these cold fucking rooms. And I understand no carpet because the transfer of germs and staph infections and shit, but it's just like, my fucking goodness. It's like the coldest. It's like we're machines, dude, and we're not. So sometimes things need reformed. I see they're reforming. The Department of Justice was the ones that posted a lot of this stuff, but they're reforming the prison systems, especially starting in Georgia and even in Statesville out here in Illinois. So I'm thankful for that. That and the Department of Education, dude, y'all need to refine that shit like now. Fuck all these Republicans and right wingers. I don't give a fuck what they are. Historical Nazis. This whole, we're going to teach about the Lord Jesus Christ only and massacre history and its contents and truth. Nah, fuck out here with that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all psychologists, scientists, archaeologists, historians, y'all need to start coming out and talking. I told y'all this Project 2025 stuff, y'all, I don't like pulling the whole card, but every generation, us African Americans keep warning y'all over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So I'm trying to tell y'all, we have been trying to assimilate for a long time. If y'all can hear me now, we got the internet and these cameras and independent media. So kings, queens, angels, most highs, enjoy your lives and manifest words of beauty. Because I'm not some prosperity preacher. I am prosperity. I'm not some goodwill preacher. I am goodwill. I am good faith. There's no need for faith when I do and am confident. Sometimes speaking it may hinder myself with disbelieving ears and unaware eyes. And so that which is said in the spirit sometime remain there, so that way it can manifest in the dark, just like the book told people to do. When you pray, don't do it in public and do. But certain times when I do things like, say, a storm will go away, all these children will be healed, and all this other stuff, I'm doing that, putting my character on the line to show you all the power we all possess. But as I keep telling y'all, I didn't listen to Baal. So I hope y'all understand what that means. I'm not here to destroy, but give life. Humans aren't toys, and we need to respect our wives. Women, y'all need to do the same. The way y'all been acting is kind of motherfucking lame. I understand both sides of the spectrum have been dealing with a lot of bullshit from the rectum, but I am just here to correct them.